Welcome to my channel, a place where we help entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs achieve clarity and alignment so that they can create more impact in their community, more income, and also more freedom in their life and in their business. So I hope that you guys will like the content I'm sharing. Going into today, the topic is going to be 7 reasons why 2020 is still the perfect time for you to revamp or launch your business. Stick around to listen to my reasons why. They're definitely not typical opportunist reasons, meaning someone is just trying to get into something to make money. Of course, we all need to make money. I'm really speaking mostly to people who are inspired and who have something to share, who have some type of value, some way to serve. So being very sensitive to the time that we're in right now, I'm going to share some reasons why it is absolutely a great time to do something for yourself. So the number one thing I wanted to share was the shift that was happening right now is a big reason why. There are some, positive things that can come out of anything. So I'm just a believer on focusing on the positive rather than focusing on the negative. I have noticed the biggest shift happen in just what everyone is doing. And when I say shift, I mean literally people went from just kind of working day to day and doing their normal thing to realizing, there's something new that needs to happen. There is change in my routine that needs to happen, and that gets me kind of excited in a way, because I feel like sometimes we kind of get stuck in a rut and we're just kind of going and going and going and going, and I feel that's the way that we operate most of the time. But this is the time right now to stop and really think about what's meaningful, really think about the value that you have, and really think about what you can be sharing and how you can get out here and serve someone else. And so I just really wanted to kind of share that. I think that with the shift happening right now, and with businesses who have like brick and mortar thinking like, what do we do? You do something different. And I'm not saying that that's the total solution. I'm just saying that if we're not thinking positive right now and we're not thinking about what more could we be doing, how differently can we do it, it's probably not going to be a way for us to survive this. Those people who are going to survive this in their business are actually getting outside of themselves, getting outside of all their normal ideas that they've come up with, and they're thinking outside of the box. They're like coming up with things that they've never done. They're willing to try. They're willing to go a little extra further. They're willing to target audiences that maybe they didn't target before. And I think that's amazing. And so again, I think right now where people are looking for inspiration, while they're looking for things to believe in, things to hope for, some people are nervous about the unforeseen future or whatever. I think it's really, really a great thing for people to feel empowered to give them hope and to show them there will be a future. We will get past this and we'll do it together. And so if you're not willing to revamp what you're doing, put yourself out there at this point, when would you be willing to do that? Because the shift is happening right now. There's a big move in energy. There's a big move in the way that everybody's going to be moving around. And so why not be a part of that? It is a positive thing that people are getting shaken up a little bit, and that they're going to use this opportunity, meaning positive people of action are going to use this as an opportunity to be better. So the second thing I want to say is that obviously everyone always talks about this, but you have everything inside of you that you need, right? And so what I feel like always happens is there's always what we call analysis paralysis that happens, where we are waiting and waiting and waiting for this perfected work, and we're really not sure when the best time is to put things out, when we're gonna be at that point where we feel the most comfortable. And what I'm telling you right now is literally right now is the absolute time where whatever you have to offer, however you can serve, whatever you have inside of you already, share that. I like to think of like this, and this is like a weird example, but sometimes I think about what if they would have held back technology that we foresee in the future, that we'll have flying cars, or we'll have, this certain whatever. What if they would have held us back on providing us with an opportunity for transportation or opportunities for a phone just because they didn't have that 2020 prototype? I'm not saying that that's the total solution. I'm just saying that if we're not thinking positive right now and we're not thinking about what more could we be doing, how differently can we do it, then, it's probably not going to be a way for us to survive this. Things have launched and relaunched relaunched and relaunched, and every time they've made improvements on it. And that's most of the time how your business is going to be, is that you're going to be continuously making improvements on your business as you get more comfortable, as you get more feedback. And so there's never going to be this level of, I have a perfect work, this is when I'm ready to put it out. And guess what? When you do feel like you have that perfect work and you put it out, you are going to, finally receive the feedback that you need to know what your customers really want. There's been so many people to put out, what they felt like was a perfect product and nobody purchased. And so at the end of the day, it's definitely better to understand that there's not a special skill that you need to go out there and learn more about. You probably have exactly what you need inside of you. It's really important that you really search what's already in you. Give yourself time. You write a list out of things that you already know how to do well. You ask your friends, hey, what value do you get from me? What do you feel like I'm really good at? How do I help you? In what ways do I help you? And you start to gather this information, and you give yourself time to really dig inside of yourself and understand what are these great things that I do? What are these things that I bring to the table? And I guarantee you, inside of that package of information that you gather, that you're going to see that, oh, I could be doing this, or oh, I could be teaching that, or this is a way I can serve people on a larger scale. Really want to employ you guys to not be seeking out a new skill that's going to take you another 6 to 9 months or another year to learn in order to get yourself out there, but to just look within and start where you are, okay? And the third reason is there's absolutely endless resources available right now. So this is something that I really love. Just before this, I talked about analysis paralysis, meaning not having to have a perfected work, not looking so much on the outside, but really digging on the inside to find out who you are and what you're capable of doing already and the skills that you already possess. What I mean by resources is the how-tos, okay? So Google, YouTube, everything. There's so many coaches and mentors and courses and tools. So it's just an endless funnel of content and information, and if someone is willing to take action on things, then they are set, because there's no reason why you can't find exactly what you need, come up with a strategy for your business about what you want to do and how you want to serve, and figure out what you need to do. It will take willpower and the focus to do it, but it's out there. So there's no reason why someone would be able to say, well, I just don't know, because the information is available. The fourth reason would be that actually, I want to talk about how valuable time is. And looking at people who, I had content to share a long time ago. And, I would still watch people share their content. And then I would watch them grow their community, and I would just sit up and watch, other people do what I should have been doing. And not that it was my niche, but, I should have been sharing my gifts with the world, and I should have been gathering a community of people around what I had to teach. And so what I'm saying is that don't waste another day, another month, another year, another 6 months. It's just really, time is too valuable right now, and it's just too urgent of a need for people to really understand that you don't get this time back. And so if you can do what you're passionate about and put yourself out there, if you can be brave, if you can just really get outside of yourself, and you will show that you have something unique and you have something special that only you can bring to the table, and no one else can. The fifth thing is that it's your time. When I say that, meaning that it's your time to really learn how to prioritize you, okay? So I worked for other companies for over 20 years in leadership, and when I look back and think about all the benefits that that my talent, and yes, I learned so much. So it was a very positive thing for me. I learned so much, and I wouldn't be who I am today without it. Most part, I did always prioritize someone else's agenda over my own agenda for my life. Go back to saying this, is that we only live once, and I'm not saying to abandon your responsibilities that you have to your job and your responsibilities you have to your family and your kids. I'm just saying that if there is something in you that you will one day look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that. I wish that would have been something that I fulfilled inside of me. You know, every so often you ever look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have started this, or I had this great idea and I haven't gotten started on it yet. I haven't done it yet. Then you're the person that I'm speaking to right now. And I'm literally saying that it's your time to prioritize you. It's some time for you to set aside some time to do the thing that you want to do most, to do the thing. And yes, it may require you to stay up a little bit later or get up a little bit earlier before the household gets up, but it will absolutely positively be worth it if you will apply yourself. I know that some people are like, I don't have one more second, and I will tell you right now that even if you're working around the clock, I know that this is a time right now where a lot of things have slowed down, and I think it is a absolute great time for, while things have slowed down, for you to buckle down and rethink about some things that you could be doing and prioritize some things and cut some things out. As much as I love, you know, some of the more entertaining things like TikTok and, you know, social media and everything right now, which is also a very big avenue for, you know, people sharing their content and getting in front of their audience and everything. I feel like anything that's done right now that's not done with intention, if you plan on going somewhere with it, it's something that can kind of, you know, go to the back burner, or spend like 10% of your time on that and spend, you know, more focused time, more intentional time toward what you would really like to be doing and how you would like to see your future play out. And if you would put that time in there, I promise you will see a return on your investment of time and a greater outcome than what you could dream of. Number 6 is just thinking about like the overall transformation that needs to be made in your life. There is just this huge transformation that happens when you go from a person who is not operating in purpose to a person who is operating through passion and purpose and serving others. And there is no person that lights up more than a person who is doing exactly what they're meant to do and serving people in the way that they're meant to serve them. If you are getting up and you're regretting going to work every day, or you're having, you know, anxieties about, you know, the security of your job right now or things like that, then I will say that, you know, some of that is a cue that there could be something else out there that you should be doing, and you should really be using some of this time to seek that out, or to seek out, you know, any other talents or any other skills that you may have. Going back up to an earlier point and saying it's already in you, so don't be looking at, oh, I need to start this new program that's going to take me the next, you know, 18 months to complete. No, what do you know right now? What do you have in you right now? Number 6 would actually be you overcome your fears by taking action. This is the super, this is so important. I couldn't even say how important this is, but a lot of us are also on kind of hold because we come up with all these excuses, right? There's all this, I don't have the time. There's all this, I don't have all the information, when it's really just fear pushing back at us and saying, you know, since I don't have those things, I'm not going to make any steps forward. But that's really just kind of fear. And what I will tell you about doing anything in life is that every step that you make toward the person that you are becoming is a hard step, but it is a necessary step. And also those steps get easier as you go. And so I'm not saying that, you know, your business is ever going to be where, oh, you know, this was just so easy, and everyone doesn't have those testimonies about their business. And I'm so glad that some people do, and I'm happy for them. But you know, that's not ever been my reality. My reality has been, okay, I'm going to have to overcome this in order to get there. But each time I've had to overcome something, there has been something new in me that blossomed in its place. There has been a renewed courage. There has been more strength added to me. There has been more of a testimony, more of a story that, you know, I can share with someone. I have learned more out of moving out of fear and still doing it than I ever did just flowing into something and being like, oh, well, that was simple. You know, I don't have a whole lot of those moments. I have a whole lot of like, ooh, you know, this is going to stretch me. This is going to challenge me. But the way that I think about it is like, this is actually something that's going to stretch me. It's going to challenge me. And it's going to bring about something new and something different in me. Something that, you know, I didn't know about me before. And I think that's amazing, that you are peeling back the layers of you and uncovering, you know, the you that wants to really do what you're passionate about and put yourself out there. And if we're ever thinking that, you know, there's going to be, you know, a long time in our business where, oh, we've just got this and I don't have any fears or whatever, then I would probably think you're not doing anything to move your business forward the moment you stop having or any kind of anxiety. But it's how you use everything, how you move ahead during those fears, how you take failure or anything and turn it into, you know, feedback and, you know, turn that thing into something positive. So I really just want to say, push yourself out there regardless. I am an introvert. I am pushing myself out there because I know that I can, you know, be serving more people. I know that I can help. I know that if there's anything I can say or do or motivate anyone to make a move into doing something that they want to do, that really fulfills my heart. That brings me a whole lot of joy. And that's what I'm here to do. If I can share any content or any information, that's what I was placed here to do. And so it brings me so much joy to do it. It brings me even more joy to see like people taking the steps, you know, taking risks and putting themselves out there. So again, if you think that, you know, the fear factor is going to go away, it's probably not. There's a built-in anxiety in you, but pushing past that is the better feeling, is knowing that, oh, I overcame that today. As I exercise that overcome muscle, I become stronger in it, and I'm less hesitant to see something and not want to do it because I'm afraid to do it. I'm actually starting to jump into more of the things I'm afraid to do. The last thing is number 7 would be that there's absolutely someone out there who is waiting on whatever you have to solve their problem. So when I think about all the people who are sitting on their talent because they're either afraid to put themselves out there, they either haven't taken the time to look for the resources, they're either still working on it a year or 2 or 3 later, and they still haven't got the perfect work that they think they should have in order to put it out. I think about all the people who are needing to hear from you. And yes, there may be other people sharing the same exact content, but they need to hear from you because they will connect most with you. They will vibe more with you. And so you don't know who these people are yet. And they don't know who you are yet because you haven't placed yourself in a position to be of service. But you have this thing inside you that they need. I feel like we all need each other. So at the end of the day, sitting at home and you're thinking about all the reasons why you should not be, you know, that you can't do something, or making up excuses of why you're not doing it because it's fear-based, just think about when you put yourself out there that you will be connecting with people who actually were meant to hear from you. They need to hear from you. Whatever you have inside of you to share, they have been waiting on you to get on here and share it. And yes, even if someone else shared it, they may share it from their you may share it from your perspective, and they may actually get it, you know, because I've listened to people that have been recommended to me to listen to, and I have, you know, not received as much value from that person as, you know, as other people that told me to listen to this person did. But then there may be someone that that other people are not listening to, that I'm just like, ooh, you know, I'm just really into them. I'm just really into their content. I really get them. And that's exactly an example of what I'm saying. So if you're not out there, then you're not able to connect with your people, and your people actually need you. They don't need, you know, other people. They actually need you. And so the sooner you figure out who you serve and how you can serve them, the sooner that you get brave enough to take a chance on you and do something for you finally, the sooner that you realize that the shift is happening now. And so get on the wave, get in the flow, do something positive, imprint something positive into this world, and it will give you back the same positivity. We can get over some of these things that we have, and the sooner that we'll understand that sometimes operating inside of the fear, in spite of the fear, is going to be our best option regardless, in order to grow and transform into the person that we're meant to be. So I'm so glad that you guys stuck with me throughout this. This was actually you know, there's a lot of ums and ums in here, but I hope that you guys got the content, and I don't have any special bells or whistles saying point right here to subscribe and all that. If you appreciate the content, if you found any value, you think that there's someone out here who needed to hear this message, I would love it if you would like, subscribe, and especially comment below. I really would love to hear some feedback from you guys. It's not easy getting on here and sharing information and putting information out there. We're here for the feedback. I'm here for the feedback. It's going to help grow me. And so again, if you appreciate the content, or if there's something more you would have added, if there's a 8 tip, you know, a number 8 tip that you would have added, go ahead and put that in the comments below. If there's anything that you guys would like to talk about, or like to for me to discuss, or do a training on, or whatever, then I'm open to that. And I don't have any special bells and whistles that are gonna pop up and introduce me. So I appreciate you guys.